I got this really cool double-dyed piece of maple burl from my friend Caden over at Real Eyes Burl Wood, except I dropped it really hard, so it actually cracked. You can see the dye goes all the way through the block, so this isn't an error from the stabilizing process. It's just a flaw that was in the wood, and I happened to expose it by dropping it. I still really want to use this block for a knife handle. That's what I do. Most of the pieces that I use are actually quite small, like 1/4 inch by 1 inch by 2 inch pieces. So I totally could just separate these out and use this black dyed section on its own, or this blue dyed section with a little black in it on its own. But what I think I'll do instead is I'll use a 2-part epoxy resin, and I'll fill this void in here. Oh, hey, would you look at that? Fits perfectly. I decided to go with a little metallic flake medley for this one. Really don't need much, but we're just gonna do 2, just in case. I forgot to film the hardener part when I put that in, but there it is. And we're gonna pour this into the crevice very slowly. It's a little chunky because of all the different metallic flake pieces we've used. And honestly, this is way more than I actually needed. And now we're gonna put our block into this little homemade pressure pot. So we're gonna tighten everything down. It'll actually hold pressure just long enough to crush all the bubbles. And next we're just gonna attach some air. Make sure that's closed before you attach it. Attach some air and give it a little fill. You don't actually need very much pressure to make this work. Since this potentially could leak, I like to leave my hose attached to it, and I'll just come back and add a little bit more if things go down to where I don't want them to be. All right, that's been long enough. We're gonna let the air out of this one and remove them. And now it's time to pop this one out of the mold. Let's clean it up. That was fun. Here's the finished block. Now, I don't really sell these unless you know me personally, but what I do is I use them for my knife handles. It's been a little while since I've had resin and burl hybrid blanks, but I'm making a whole bunch of them right now. So if you come back to my website, Lex Rex Custom Knives, in the near future, you're gonna see lots of knives with these really cool burl resin hybrid handle scales. Oh, here's some other really cool ones that I finished up today also. I just wanted to show these off as well. Hopefully you'll get to see them on a knife handle really soon. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck.